Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Title Town, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Polligan, Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. On the option. Quarterback on the keeper. Got room at the 35. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Working that left side. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and the ball's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
Well, the quarterback did everything right in terms of his reads on that option play. He was supposed to keep it, but he's got to do a better job of holding on to the ball. Give the defense credit for getting to him and creating the takeaway.
On first down, here comes this offense. Running back searching for a hole. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Powers through the defender. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, getting it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. And then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes the catch at the 30. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just some fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Discards a man. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. The option look. Now the toss. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Alabama pushing the tempo. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
They're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off. Give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back, get the yardage.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And they do a really good job, not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. They'll run it. It's Haynes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that next play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing to the perimeter of the field, and he just didn't have it there.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete. One final play before the end of the quarter. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Pulls it in. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking for the score. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look.
Ball in the air, intercepted. Looking for more room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point. And
I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. They'll run the option. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. And you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Hale. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Here comes the option. Headed to the end zone, and he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry up. On the option. Quick toss. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
On the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. And the offense falls on the football, but they are short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on down.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Deep shot for the end zone. And the ball is intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, these defenders practice this all week long. It's locating the football with your eyes. Great job being in position, but also, how about getting your head around and locating the ball in the air so you can go up, pick it off for the defense.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
And the blitz gets to him just like that.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Makes a move. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. First down for this offense. He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Calls his own number. Breaks the tackle. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Hawkeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, things have mostly been going right for this offense in this game so far. That's why they have the lead they have. But that time, a little bit of a mental error. That should have been intercepted. Don't love the decision by the quarterback.
Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 15. Little touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Alabama quickly back to the line. Motion from the offense. Using his feet. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. Finds his man and they convert. Gets away from one, finds room. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Going up top. Snags it. Touchdown time. And the beatdown has ensued.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. At the 35, he's got room. Oh, look out. There he goes. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Well, there's a big run on offense, and guys, I don't think a defender even touched him anywhere near the line of scrimmage. That's how big that hole was.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Running back goes in motion. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
In this offense, they like their quarterback running these QB-designed runs like you saw right there, but the defense, they're going to light up every time they see him tote the rock. They know they've got an opportunity to lay a hit on him and create a takeaway like they did right there.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Alabama pushing the tempo. On 2nd down, wants to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. And he was shooting for the end zone there. And the completion.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. You saw that there on the incompletion.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. West Virginia is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to TCU. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Goes to the option. The pitch. Still running at the 40. The expressway is wide open. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. Now on the option. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll ride his man on the option. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 35.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Into the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Spinderella. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Keeps it and gets past the chains. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Alabama! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run the option. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. On the option. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. The option look. At the 35, he's open. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. The Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. From the 30-yard line on 1st down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback will keep it.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great